Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage, welcome back to Feed the Beast Infinity. I'm afraid that this episode is going to be another one of those without much of a plan. We all know how well those turn out, but one of the things that I do want to do on this video is actually ask you guys for help, because I've come to a little bit of an impasse, and it's something that I've not been able to figure out, and also something that I've not even been able to get the answer from by looking on the various wikis and online resources and stuff like that. Quite a few of you have been telling me to make overclockers for my IC2 machines, which I would very much love to do. And as you can see, we've got the overclockers here. Now, in order to make the overclockers, we need electronic circuits and insulated copper cable. Easy enough. But we also need 3 10K coolant cells. Now, 10K coolant cells are made by taking a coolant cell and surrounding it with tin plates. That's fine. Now, how do we make a coolant cell? Well, if we actually click on the coolant cell itself, it gives us 2 options. One is to use the fluid transposer, and one is to use the bottler. Now, bottlers are easy to build, and we've already got a fluid transposer. However, in order to fill either of these, we need coolant. IC2 coolant. IC2 coolant. I cannot, for the life of me, find a way to make coolant. If I type in coolant into not enough items, we can see that we do have IC2 coolant right here. And if I go and click on that, it gives me absolutely nothing. Doesn't tell me a single thing to make it. So, yeah, I'm just trying to work out, how do I actually go and make coolant? Where do I start from? I can't seem to find any way of doing it. So if any of you know how to make coolant, please let me know. I know you used to be able to make the coolant cells by just taking a bucket of water and surrounding it with tin plates or tin ingots, but that doesn't work. I've actually gone and tried it myself, so I can't actually get that to work. I've tried both combinations. One possibility there might be, because, and this is the reason why I built the canning machine, even though the canning machine isn't actually listed as one of the ways of doing it. I did sort of read at some point that you can actually do it with the canning machine, and I think that's why I built the canning machine in the first place. So I'll go ahead and put the canning machine up here somewhere. Let's just make sure we have got this onto low focus. Where do I want to put it? We might need a water source for it at some point, but probably won't need that immediately. So we could go ahead and put it next to the induction smelter, I suppose. Let's go ahead and just turn off the side input, because we won't really need that one here. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a hole through there. So that means we can go ahead and connect up the wiring. It's a little bit funky the way it works when you do that, but let's go ahead and drop that down. So we do have this this fluid solid canning machine now. If I could only remember how this works. Now let's just turn on the power. Now this is actually oh, that's an Industrial Craft 2 machine. Of course it is. I don't know why I just suddenly thought that that was a have I got a normal pick? I've got a diamond pick. I don't know why I just suddenly thought that that was a thermal expansion machine, because it isn't. Okay, now I've got a few things that I need to sort out. First of all, I'm going to have to go and get the wrench. There's probably a good chance that that machine will break, which is a bit of a pain. Stands to reason, of course, as the coolant cell is from Industrial Craft 2, that you should need to use an Industrial Craft 2 machine to make it. Looks like we've got it back, which is good. Let's go and take that connection out, because we don't need it. And we did pick up the block, which is nice, so that can go back in its place. There we go. No harm done. So let's go downstairs. Shouldn't need the wrench anymore. Don't need the kinesis pipes. And we can go and put you in place. There we go. You're getting power. Now, solid fluid canning machine. So canning, drain from cell into tank, fill cell from tank, fluid enrich tank or cell. I believe that's what I want to do. This is what I'd read. Now, I could be wrong here, so this is going to be very much experimental. I need a bucket of water, and I believe it's lapis. Don't have a great deal of lapis, but let's take some anyway. And it's odd that this doesn't show in any of the recipes in Not Enough Items, but as we've learnt from experience, not everything does. So let's go ahead and put the lapis in. It goes in one of these cells, I was pretty sure. We want to enrich the tank, which is fine. Let's go ahead and put the water in there. That's fine. And you won't let me put lapis in there, so maybe it isn't lapis that does it. Very strange. Well, we've got power. Is this constantly draining power is the question. Doesn't appear to be, which I suppose is nice. So, what have we got there? Canning. Yep, we want to... Right, fill... Fluid enrich tank. Canning. Drain from cell into tank. Does that work? Yes. So we can actually take water from a bucket and put it into the holding tank. That's fine. But what we want to do is fluid enrich tank or cell. So this should be what we want to enrich it with. Nothing will go in there. Yeah, I'm very confused by this whole thing. Cannot work out why we can't do that. So, if any of you know the answers, please let me know. We'll leave this bucket of water up here for now, I suppose. And I'll take the empty bucket back downstairs. Got to put the... It might be that that recipe doesn't work, or maybe I was reading it for something else, but that's what I'd read. Obviously, doesn't appear to be the answer. A couple of other things. First of all, the what I thought was the Eldritch monolith is actually an Eldritch obelisk, and that's why it wasn't working in the way that I expected it to. Apparently, what you need to do with the Eldritch obelisks, which is the one that we have, is if you have to get some Eldritch eyes. You have to get 4 of them, and in order to make them, you do have to go down the Thermonomicon tech tree quite a bit. So I won't be able to do that just yet. But basically, it allows you to open a portal to another dimension, to the sort of the outer, or whatever it's called, and that's where all of this sort of crimson cultists are and stuff like that. So we'll do that at some point, but it's not necessarily something that is high up on the priorities list. The quarry is still doing very well. Now, I do want to do a bit more Thermcraft. We're going to go and have a look in just a second and see what we can find. Just having a very cautious peek over the edge. I still keep hearing the sound effects for dungeons and stuff, and I'm yet to find a single one in my my current playthrough. We've got some more copper there, which will be very nice. Let's go ahead and grab some more of the smooth stone, just so we can get rid of it. More copper. Always try to keep the copper levels topped up. I think I'm just going to keep checking every time there's ore in there. I'll grab the ore and put that into the ores chest. So we're going to go down. We'll have a quick look at what sort of research that we can do with the with Thermcraft, and see if we can go and fill in any more of our research stuff. I should also go down at some point to the bedrock level and click on something with the Thermonomicon, because not the Thermonomicon, the thermometer, because apparently we can get some nice stuff from doing that. We're also going to need to get an upgraded wand at some point as well. So let's go ahead and grab the Thermonomicon anyway. What about wands? Do we have thaumaturgy? What have we got here? Missing research required. So this thing here, we've got nothing. I hate how you can't zoom in and out on this. It looks on this corner and we can see stuff that we can't build, and think, oh right, there's nothing here I can build. And then you start looking around and you go, oh, hang on a minute, there is actually stuff here that I can build. We've built the basic wand. There's a great wood wand core, which we could actually we could go ahead and build. I've got some great wood somewhere. Copper wand caps, gold wand caps. We should definitely start making some of this stuff where we can. It does say that we need scribing tools. Scribing tools are actually in here. So let's grab the scribing tools. It also says that we need paper. Don't have a lot of paper at the moment. We are going to need more of that. So what I'll just do is I'll nip upstairs. We should have some wooden logs somewhere. Oh, it's silver wood I've got. I thought I had great wood. I was almost convinced at some point I'd found great wood. I guess I'll have to go and have another look. Don't have a huge amount of just sort of a basic wood, a basic. Let's get rid of that shovel and swap it with our axe. Let's go ahead and just get ourselves a big pile of wood. So, of course, that will drop down the whole tree. That'll also give us an awful lot of saplings, which will be fine because luggage will just go ahead and gobble most of them up. Let's go and put at least one of the saplings back so it regrows. There we go. And it's getting dark already, so let's get back into the house. And then we will we'll make some more paper. And we'll see if we can start getting some research done. Scribing tools. We probably need to make some more scribing tools at some point. It wouldn't be a bad idea to keep a separate set. Can I make a separate set of scribing tools? I would need an ink, a feather, and I should need a bottle. I've got a spare one somewhere. Let's go ahead and get rid of these things there. Got the paper. Right. There's the press. Just going to throw that wood in there and get ourselves some paper. Let's go up, down, even, to the right floor. Now, somewhere in here, there should be another empty file. There is. So, I believe it's just a file, an ink, and a feather. Yep, there we go. So, we've got more scribing tools. So, what I'll do is I'll put one of these scribing tools and leave it in here. And we'll grab the paper. So, let's go ahead and look at the Thermonomicon now. So, what we want to be able to make is a Great Wood 1 core. So, we can click that and we'll get the research note for it. We also want to get the copper wand caps and the gold wand caps as well. I need more paper now, of course. So let's go and see if we've got some already. We should have. It's fairly quick. There we go. I've already got some paper. You're not going to let me just pick it up? That'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Let us go down to the correct floor. Did I ever just scan paper with the... Why won't you let me pick that up? Just want to grab it. There we go. Did I ever just scan paper with this thing? Not sure if I did. Let's just pick luggage up because he's going to cause us all sorts of problems if we don't. Let's drop that on the floor and we will drop a piece of paper and we will... Oh no, apparently we have already done paper. Okay, that's fine. Just wanted to check so that can go back up on the top shelf. Okay, so we now have our research notes for both of those and we also wanted to get the research note for the gold wand caps and one foci, I suppose. Might as well get that while we are here. So that gives us a few research notes to work with. Let's start with the copper wand caps. Now this should work the same way as everything else does on the research table, where we put that in here and it will give us a few things that we need to work for. So we've got the instrumentum, which is tools and instruments. We have got this one down here, which is metallium. That is fine. And then we've got this one, which is exchange and barter. So let's start by trying to get from metallium into whatever one this was, instrumentum. So metal is made up of earth and something else. Where is earth? Earth is terra. Are these in alphabetical order now? I think they are. That's why I can't find them. Where is terra? It's a green looking one, I think. There we go. So if we put earth in there and then we go to the crystal one. What's that called? Vitreous into crystal. Let's put that in the middle. And then order, I think, goes in between. Where's order? Order, isn't it? Order. There we go. They connect. Now we need to get from vitreous to permutatio. Yeah. Which we should just be able to do with order again. Ah, brilliant. So now we have copper wand caps. So we can now do the same thing with gold wand caps. This one might be a little bit more complicated. So we've got a similar list of stuff here. So we can go into the same way we did last time by going into terra. then going into... I've forgotten what it was already now. Order was the last one, and it's the crystal one there. And then the one with the yellow hand that I can't remember, that is lucrum. So we need to go for vitreous into lucrum. Now the problem is you can't go vitreous straight into lucrum because there are other things that have to go in between, which makes life a little bit difficult. You need humanus. You also need instrumentum. And then you need order. So what we need is something like an order here, instrumentum, humanus. So let's get order here. Let's get instrumentum. And then let's get humanus. And there we go, we've got that linked up. So that's one of the slightly more complicated ones where you can see that we've had to use a few more of the research points and go in a sort of a strange direction to be able to pick that up. What if we went for something like the Great Wood 1 core? How difficult is that one going to be? So that one is going from instrumentum to magic, which is precantatio. So instrumentum to precantatio. In case you guys are wondering, I am looking at my list while I'm doing this, hence the reason for the edits. And the reason for that is that I can't remember all of the stuff that makes up a lot of these research points, and instead of randomly guessing what they are, I'm trying to rely on the stuff that I've already found and knowing what makes them up. I mean, some I remember, like lux, I know is sort of, I've forgotten that now, it's like fire and earth or something like that, but what I'm trying to do is not waste any of the research points, so I'm trying to plan my route out sort of in preparation. So we want to go from sort of tools into magic. Now we can do that by going into Tellum, which is weapons. And then from Tellum we can go into Ignis, which is fire. And then from fire we can go into Potentia, which is energy. Now we need to get from fire to the tree, which is arbor. Now, Ignis doesn't go straight into arbor, it needs to go via air, which means we need lux. So Ignis can go into lux, lux can go into air, air can go into arbor. We have our Great Wood core. And let's see if we can do this last one, this wand foci. Now this one is Ignis straight into the magic one, which shouldn't be so difficult. We've got to get there with 3 steps. So Precantatio, I can never get that right, can I? Precantatio, yeah, Precantatio into Ignis, or the other way around. Which does end up being a little bit of backwards and forwards. So we're going to need another Precantatio in the middle. And we need Potentia, which we're running short of. That's going to go between the Ignis and the other Precantatio. And then we need something like Vitium. So what we're basically doing is sort of just going from one to another, because you can do it in 2, but obviously we can't reach it in 2. I mean, what I could have done is gone Ignis into Potentia, into Ignis, into Potentia, into back into that one. So I'm just trying to find the best way of doing it. So we've got 4 research notes that we can go ahead and use now. So let's go ahead and do those. We'll put the Thermonomicon back for now. I don't think we're going to need that. So let's do these 2 at a time. So we've got... Actually, we will need the Thermonomicon now, I come to think of it. Let's go ahead and do that. Copper 1 caps and gold 1 caps. Great wood. I was sure that I'd found some great wood at some point, and wand foci. So if we go and grab the Thermonomicon now, should be able to see these things. And of course, we've now actually opened up more stuff. So we can open like a focus pouch, convenient carry container for your foci. So what is foci? Let's have a look at this. So, some careful experimentation has shown you a way to expand the abilities of even the most basic wand. By combining crystalline vis shards with quartz crystals and infusing them with magic, you're able to align the crystals into a mystical matrix. If the proper types and amounts of vis is focused through this matrix, it will reshape the raw magical energies into something useful, controlled, and geared to a specific task. According to Focus, your wand is a simple task. Simply press F while holding the wand, and any foci you are carrying will show up in a radial menu, allowing you to choose from any of the ones you are carrying with a simple click. Your initial experiments involved the shaping of fire, and the resulting focus proved to be simple but a useful tool. It's capable of sending forth a cone of elemental fire, burning all in its wake. So we need a fire charge. We need nether quartz. We've got fire shards. We have got, and a fire charge is I'm not too sure how that's made. But that's something useful that we could work on later. There's also going to be things like a focus pouch, so we can carry the foci around. One focus excavation, one focus frost. So this is basically allowing us to use our wand to actually cast spells. So we could, excavation, obviously we can use our wand to mine. Because remember, Thermonomicon itself is designed as a standalone mod that can be used to replace things like industrial craft and buildcraft. So we can use our wand to mine, we can use our wand to freeze stuff, we can use our wand to zap stuff with lightning. Not too sure what that one is. Maybe it's some sort of equivalent exchange thing. There's also, we've got missing research for this one. It's probably thormium or something like that. And there's also going to be some other ones that we can do. Greatwood wand. We don't have any greatwood logs yet. I'm going to have to go and try and find some. I haven't found any. Carved from greatwood logs, this rod has double the vis storage potential of mundane wood, being able to store up to 50 vis of each type. Because obviously our current wand only has the ability to store 25 vis. Now, what about the actual wand caps? I think we did this one without the research, because you don't always need the research to build the stuff. Copper has similar properties to iron when used as wand caps, but as efficient as gold when used to channel Ordo or Perdito vis. Now, what about the gold wand caps? Gold is far superior focusing agent than iron, and wands capped with this material take no penalty when used to channel vis. Okay, so we can now make those wand caps. So we'll start working through this as soon as we can. Other stuff that we might need to work through, obviously, we've got alchemy. We've done a lot of the basic alchemy. We could work on magic tallow, which I believe allows us to make sort of light. Elementum, magical metallurgy is something we'll have to go into. And there's a few things here that we can't find yet because we haven't done the intermediary stuff. But it would be nice doing some of this stuff in here. Also, what other things could we be working on? Advanced node tracking. Oh, we can get that one instantly. I guess it's because I've got the sort of paper on me. We should definitely pick that one up. That's something we can do at a later time. I'm going to be careful actually clicking on these because I may have already picked some of these research notes up. But there's a lot of interesting stuff that we can find. Using your journey, paving stone of travel. I guess that's just a block that allows you to sprint automatically, which is probably similar to some of the ones that you can make from Tinker's Construct and stuff like that. But there's a lot of interesting stuff in here, and I would like to start working through some of it. I'll say we have just made this research note for advanced node tapping. Did I already have one of those? I bet I have, haven't I? No, I haven't. I've already picked the one up for tallow, you see, so we will have to go through some of these. That's something for a later date, though. So we will put the scribing tools and the paper back in there. We'll put the Thermonomicon back for the time being. Should have quite a bit of paper now as well. Still raining outside. Let's go ahead and grab the paper. There we go. Now, as I said, even though I am going to be working through Thermcraft for a bit, because I'm quite enjoying it, getting back into it, I am still looking for help with that coolant problem. So if any of you do know how to make coolant in the current version of Feed the Beast Infinity, and bear in mind this is it not nighttime yet? Bear in mind this is version 1.3.4, I think, of Infinity, which is version 1.7 point something of Minecraft. But I'm not sure what version of IC2 it is. It's IC2 experimental, but it doesn't have GregTech installed either. I just can't work out how to make the coolant because all of the advice just tells me I need to make a coolant cell and that coolant is a thing, but doesn't tell me in any way how to actually make the coolant to begin with. Yeah, they're definitely getting down there, so we might get some useful stuff from it. Other than that, there's not an awful lot going on over here at the quarry. We've got some more copper. We've actually got a bee here. Clearly, there was a beehive down there somewhere that the quarry has dug up. Now, something that I would like to do in the future, I would actually like to do some stuff with bees. I did start to look at bees in the past when I did my tutorial series quite a while ago, and I didn't really get too far into bees beyond some of the simple breeding. And obviously we've got forestry as well, so we've got all the extra trees, so we can have a look at that. But I'm going to keep working through my research notes for Thermocraft. I might do some of the research off screen just so that you're not having to watch me just, you know, sort of put random things in the research table to try and work out where they all go. We'll get some of the research notes unlocked and we'll start working our way through that. But yes, in the meantime, coolant cells. How do I make coolant? This tells me how to put coolant into an empty cell. This tells me how to put coolant into an empty cell, but I can't find anywhere how it tells me where to actually make the coolant itself. So if any of you know how to make a 10k coolant cell, and how to actually make the coolant, please let me know. But until next time, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.